What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Wow, there's a lot of people. Oh, okay, I see why. Alright. Yeah, we're coming back to Tool. Yes, indeed. Tool fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to do all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-boobity bop, do me a favor. Before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from, and there's a lot of them, Perfect 11, Chalk Kovach, Greg Gibson, Yuki Irie, Troy Espinoza, Rosetta Stoned, Stephen Harrison, Dr. Disinfect, 07 Black Summer, Klaus Bremner, 54N Rubnus, Polly B, Mario Vrendisic, OWOXDOWO, whatever that means, James Kane, Joshua Watson, Harold Murray, V. Vam, Jimbo Jones, Sarah Garland, Art Anderson, Fonsec Corona, Dr. Vegetable, and Supervised Chaos. And this is actually Supervised Chaos prioritized request for the month of November for being a Silver Tier member on the Patreon page. So here you go, Supervised Chaos. I hope you enjoy the show, and as well as everybody else who requested it. And by the way, for those of you that did request it, make sure you thank Supervised Chaos, because this was down in like the 800s. So it was going to be another year or so before we got to this. So yeah, make sure you thank Supervised Chaos, because he brought this up to the front. Y'all want to see it? I'm going to give it to you. And I'm going to do them both. You're going to get Tool with both songs, Parabol and Parabola. Now, have I heard the songs? Yeah, there's two of them. Have I heard these songs before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, these songs do not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard these songs in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to these songs, I suddenly go, wait a second, hang on, time out, I recognize these. I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't normally do two songs in one video. I don't. And the reason for that is, number one, two songs. That means two copyrights I got to fight. And if one of them gets, dismissed, but the other one remains, well, then they both get blocked, unfortunately. And that's very unfortunate. I did explain this to Supervised Chaos, and he understands, so we're gonna roll the dice on that. The other reason is because, honestly, doing two songs in one request, I usually don't do that because it's really not fair. I feel like if I do this for one, I have to do it for everybody, and I really don't like doing it because it really isn't fair. But at the same time, I was looking through all of the comments that mentioned this song, and everybody, and I do mean everybody that mentioned this song anywhere in the comments over the last 2 years of this channel's existence said the exact same thing. If you're gonna do one, you gotta do both. So, like I said, I don't normally do this, but because everybody said you have to do them together, there's a reason for it. Nobody told me the reason why, but everybody said the same thing. There's a reason for it. You gotta do both. It won't make sense doing one and not the other. So, listen, I do listen to you guys. I do read the comments, and believe it or not, I do take what you say under advisement. And when I have every single person that requested this saying the exact same thing, I kind of gotta listen to them. So, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it, but Like, if Parabol gets through copyright blocking, but Parabola doesn't, I'm sorry, but it's going to get blocked. Both of them. So I can't split them up now. I have to do them both together. So please, folks, keep that in mind. This was posted by the Expert Layman, okay? And the video has 150,644 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. For real this time. I had a little bit of a false start. I did the whole, let's do this. I started it, and the first 10 seconds was like a video intro by the uploader, and I'm like, that doesn't belong in here. So, no, I'm not putting that in. So, now here we go for real. All right. Parabol Parabola, Tool, music video, abstract animation. Whatever that means. I did see the time. It says there's like 9 minutes and 16 seconds. I have to keep in mind this is 2 songs, so each one's probably about 4.5 to 5 minutes each. So there you go. That explains that. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
I want to say 2 things here real quick. Number one, this does not sound like Tool. This sounds something more like a Perfect Circle would do. Like this, the approach from a songwriting standpoint, from an execution standpoint, this really has more of a feel of like a song, like, I don't know about, well, kind of like Orestes. I just did a reaction to that song not that long ago, and I really dug the hell out of that song. This has a very much similar approach, a very laid back, very calm approach, but with that feeling of impending doom, like something's gonna happen. You know what I mean? It feels like that. The other thing I want to say is Maynard's vocals. He's not using any backmasking effects. But his delivery, the way he's forming his words, the way that he's pronouncing the words that he's saying and singing, it almost like a natural backmask effect to it. It's really cool. It's really cool. Let's keep going here. Sudden swells, short, quick, sudden swells. Nice delay there. Really nice. I like the vocal jumping that he's doing. Like coming on the root and then jumping up to the 7 with just clean. No glissando. Just a natural step. 1 7. Just like that. Really nice. Really clean. And he's doing it in such a reserved, toned down way. He's not straining. He's not projecting. He's just letting it out softly, reservedly, but you can feel he's holding back. You can feel it. And I'm just waiting for something to happen. I'm waiting for some, I don't know, I don't want to say explosion, but I'm looking for some sort of an impactful thing to happen because I can feel it building. For the past 3 minutes and 13 seconds, I can feel it building. I just really would like to know when we're going to get that release. You know what I mean? It's like, the anticipation is killing me. That's what it is. It's like, come on, let it go already.
Makes me feel eternal. All this pain is an illusion.
Oh, ask and ye shall receive, right? Okay. I just got saying I'm waiting for the release, and little did I know, it was right after that pause. Okay, that's cool. I dug it. Look. Great way to do it too. The way they swelled in right there. It wasn't sudden. And you know, I was thinking about it. And I was thinking to myself, I would like an explosion of some kind. After hearing it with that swell, I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad they didn't do it suddenly. I will say it was a quick swell, you know. It was like 2 beats to swell in. But it was still a swell. It was still gradual. You know, it was a fast gradual, but it was still a gradual lead in, a good swell in, and I'm glad they did it that way. If it had been sudden, I think it would have, to be honest with you, I think it would have been a little too jarring. I think it would have been a little too, that's the word I'm looking for, abrasive. And I think that actually might have turned me off a little bit. The way they did it with that swell in, that was absolutely the right way to do it. Back up. I want to hear that again. No, I don't care. Hey, it's my show. If I want to go back, we're going to go back. I want to hear that swelling again. That was really well done. And they suckered me in with that vocal line. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. They absolutely suckered me in.
All this pain is an illusion.
You're right here. Yeah.
Barely remember who or what came before this precious moment. I'm choosing to be here right now. Hold on, stay inside this
Go for more. Okay, a measure of 2. Okay, as a setup, that's fine. No, but for the most part, other than that section, other than that one thing right there, it's been 4/4 the whole time. The whole time. Tool is capable. They're fully capable of writing songs in 4/4. They are fully capable of writing songs that are a little more simplified. And I gotta be honest with you, I'm enjoying this. I am. And part of the reason is it's in the simplicity. The beauty within its simplicity is astounding. Yeah, it's all playing around 7, 1, 4, 5, and they're playing around with those notes. You know, it's 7, 1, or, you know, 1s and 7s and 4s and 5s. It's really simple, you know, but it's so nice sounding. It really does sound nice. It's working. It's absolutely working. Let's keep going here. 2. Oh, the vocals. 7, 1, 4, 5. Oh, wait. 7, 6, 4, 7, 6, 4. Wait, was that right? 7, 6, 4, 7, 6, 4. Yep. 7, 6, 4, 6, 7. Yeah. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. We're in E, right? I think we're in E. Hold on. Yep. Okay, that's easy enough. Yeah. God. Simple riff. I mean, seriously, a simple riff. I just picked up my bass and played it. I mean, it's not hard. It's a really easy riff. And I'm playing the guitar part on my bass, for God's sakes. But I mean, it's so effective, though. And I've said this hundreds of times on this channel. Simple can be effective when it's done properly. And that right there, that little line, that is a classic example, textbook example of what I'm talking about. We're literally talking about integers of 2, 7 to 1. Well, it's an octave, but it's still 7. It's 7 to 8, but an octave down. So 7 to 1, 4 to 5, 7 to 1, and then here's the cool part: 7, 6 down to 4, the 5th of the 7. God dang it! 7, 6, 4, 6, 7. Using that 6, that natural 6 as a major transition. So the 4 would turn into the root of it, right? So 4, 5, 6. There's your third, natural third. So it's a major third. Up to the 7, which would be the 4th. Actually, the 4th of the 4. So that'd be the 7. So it's the 4th of it. Yeah, you're right. Okay, I'm right. So it's not 5th, it's 4th. So the 4th of the 4, not the 5th of the 4. Okay, but still, 4, major 3, root, major 3, 4. Easy enough. But it sounds so good. And it's so simple. Dang it, that's awesome, man. I dig that. Oh, Vader's vocals. Maynard's vocals woke up right there. He doesn't now in that section that we just heard, it didn't sound like a perfect circle. That sounded like Tool. That sounded like Maynard Tool vocals right there. Much more aggressive, much more powerful, much more on edge than his work that I've heard in A Perfect Circle. Except Judith. Judith kind of had that at points. He kind of had that on edge, forward type of vocal, but in this song, definitely it came out that the Tool style of vocal came out in Maynard. That was great. That was great. I want to see where this is going to go. I felt a sustain. So we're going to have a transition. I love that. I love that. It's all happening in the drums too, man. It's all Danny with those polyrhythms of his. He has that 4/4 straight feel playing, but he's also got a 3 thing going here where it's 3/8, 3/8, 2/8. You can feel it. It's there. That 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. You can feel it, but it's still in that 4/4. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and man. Or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and or 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. It really depends on how you interpret the 4, halftime or straight time. But he's got that 3, 3, 2 underlaying. Oh, that's good. That is good. As a matter of fact, it's so good, I want to go back and hear it again. No, I don't care. Hey, it's my show. I want to go back. We're going to go back. Deal with it. If you don't like it, turn off the video. Very simple. Justin is okay. As much as Danny Carey is making the magic happen between that 3 and 4 feel, those polyrhythms, Justin is holding it down on lock. I mean, he absolutely is. He has not strayed from that 4/4 feel once. It has been all him maintaining that 4/4 feel, which is good because that allows Danny the freedom to really experiment with those polyrhythms without fear of losing everybody else because he trusts Justin to keep that steady 4/4 pattern going within his bass playing. That is so cool, man. And let me tell you, when you're in a band where your band members, you guys trust each other to the extent that these guys trust each other, clearly trust each other, that is something special. It really is. That is so cool, man. Good to hear. Let's keep going. The ending, kind of not exactly how it began, but very, very similar in style. Wow. 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 I dug this. I absolutely dug this. I am a little confused on one thing. I'll talk about that one thing in the review, but yeah, man. Yeah. Good stuff. One of the better songs I've heard. Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, there's two of them. Better songs, both of them. Okay, fine. Two of the better songs I've heard from Tool on the channel. I absolutely enjoyed this. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Tool with Parabol and Parabola. This was a request from Perfect 11, Chuckavok, Greg Gibson, Yuki Irie, Troy Espinoza, Rosetta Stone, Stephen Harrison, Dr. Disinfect, 07 Black Summer, Klaus Bremner, 54N Rubnus, Polly B, Mario Vrendesic, OWOXDOWO.
What the hell?
Whatever that means. James Kane, Joshua Watson, Harold Murray, VVAM, Jimbo Jones, Sarah Garland, Art Anderson, Fonseca Corona, Dr. Vegetable, and Supervised Chaos. And this was actually Supervised Chaos prioritized request for the month of November for being a Silver Tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, Supervised Chaos. I hope you enjoyed the show, man, as well as everybody else who requested these two songs. And big thanks to all of you that did request this or even mention this in the comments, because you convinced me to do both. And I'll be honest with you guys, I was very hesitant about doing both, but you guys spoke. You guys made your voice very well heard, and you guys made it clear that I had to do both. And after listening to both, I see what you guys meant by it won't make sense if you do one and then the other. I absolutely understand that. But nonetheless, make sure you guys thank Supervised Chaos, because he's the one that brought this up to the top, because this was down in the 800s, okay? So you would have been waiting at least another year before you heard this, so make sure you thank Supervised Chaos. Okay. I have a score. and I'm going to tell you the score. Before I tell you the score, girl, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm a little confused. I understand I had to listen to both, and I see why, because they both led into each other very well. But here's the thing. I'm a little confused. When I heard the swell in from the first song into what could be the second, when I heard that swell, I was like, okay, maybe that's the separation. Maybe that's Parabol ending and Parabola starting. But then towards the end, at about the 8-minute mark, we went into this like slow down tempo, very straight ahead 4-4. There was no 3 in there at all. It was 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And you could hear it in the subdivisions. Maybe that's Parabola, is where that started. I'm having a hard time figuring out where one started and one ended. And the reason for that is because it's either where the swell happened, you know, that crescendo swell, that's where Parabol ended and Parabola started, or it was in that slowed down straight ahead 4/4 time at towards the end, and like I said, about the 8-minute mark. It's one of those two. That'd be my guess. Then again, maybe I'm missing it. I don't know, but I'm sure it's one of those two. If I had to pick, I don't know. The swell was pretty good. It would make sense to me. I don't know. God. Okay, all right. I'll flip a coin. Where'd my coin go? It's in here somewhere. Uh-oh, I'm missing my coin. Time out!
Several days later.
Found it. Okay. All right. Yes or no? Yes or no? Is it where they did the swelling? Let's see. Yes. Okay. So, all right. I'm gonna trust the coin, and I'm gonna say, boy, I don't know. Wait a minute. No, I'm gonna trust the coin. The coin says it's where that crescendo happened, that swell-in happened. We heard that little bit of a feedback, and then bam, the song kicked in. The coin says that's where the switch happened, so I'm going to trust the coin. Now, if the coin's wrong, let me know. And if it could very well be that other spot that I was talking about. But in either case, it sounded great. Look, I enjoyed this song. I really did. I had a blast listening to this. This was a journey. It was fun. Here's the thing, though. There wasn't a whole lot of complexity when it comes to counting. This song was dominantly done in 4/4. Predominantly done in 4/4. There were a couple spots where they did a couple of measures of 2/4 as a setup into the next section. But for the most part, this song was in 4. I particularly enjoyed that one section where it did slow down a little bit, it felt like, and it went into a 4/4 time. But thanks to Danny's polyrhythms, you also had 3/8, 3/8, 2/8 in there, and they meshed so well together. That's all due to accents and subdivisions, and oh man, I was absolutely there for it. It felt so good. It felt so natural, and here's the thing, it didn't feel forced at all. It felt smooth as glass. You could count it as 3/8, 3/8, 2/8, or you could count it as 4/4. And either way felt and sounded very normal, very natural. So I dug that, man. I dug that section. I think out of the entire song, I think that was the part I might have enjoyed the most. From a melodic line standpoint, nothing difficult. Very simple song. But like I've always said on this channel, simple can be effective when it's done properly, and this absolutely was done properly. Adam's guitar playing in this was not impressive. It was not mind-blowing, but you know what it was? Tasteful. It fit the song like a glove. Like that one line he did, that the 7 to the 1 to the 4 to the 5, back to the 7 to the 1 to the 5 to the 4, up to the 7, 6, 4, 6, 7. I mean, come on. That is not hard. I literally picked up my bass after listening to it twice. I heard it twice, picked up my bass, nailed it. I mean, it really was not that hard. And I'm doing it on a bass, for crying out loud, not even on a guitar. But the point is this, it was simple, yes, but good Lord, was it effective. It's going to be one of the parts of this song that I remember. That line, that melodic line, that little soloistic line that he did, I'm going to remember that. I promise you I'm going to remember that. Well, and there's the thing, it was simple, but man, it was cool, and it sounded great. Justin was absolutely he was the foundation on this song, giving Danny Carey a lot of freedom to play with some polyrhythms wherever Danny felt like doing it. Now, for the most part, Danny did play the song straight ahead. He did throw in a lot of like upbeat like accents and to make it feel and give the illusion of one, even though it really wasn't one, but it made it look like it was. But if you're locked in with Justin like I was, and you were counting in 4, you would find it was 4/4 the entire time. Justin in this song was the foundation, and I love that. You can absolutely count on Justin in this song to not lead you astray with the counting whatsoever. You listen to Justin, you'll follow the 4/4 time signature without any issues. Don't try to follow Danny. Try to count 4/4 because he's got some really cool polyrhythms going. Believe it or not, the highlight of this song for me, I don't get me wrong, I loved what Justin was doing, I loved the playing he did, I loved what Danny was doing on drums, but believe it or not, the highlight of the song for me was Maynard. And that from me, I know that sounds weird, but it's true. His vocals on this were outstanding. Kind of mixing up a little bit of a hybrid between A Perfect Circle and Tool. In his approach, having those soft, reserved, kind of vocalizations, but still done well. Don't get me wrong. It supported, it was strong, but it was reserved. It was being held back. And I remember asking myself, why is he holding back? I mean, it feels like they're building up to something, and boy, did they ever. They suckered me in. But his vocal approach was really cool in that respect because he had this reservedness in that first, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever it was. He had that reservedness, and then once the song kicked in, that disappeared, and we got Tool Maynard vocals in there when he started getting the power and the delivery and the projection, and it was all there, man. It was really well done, and he did it in all the right places, so tastefully placed. So I got no issue with this song whatsoever. The song was mind-blowing. It was at points. In particular, like I said, here's the most mind-blowing thing for me is the fact that this is 2 songs, but it doesn't sound like it. Like, I don't know where the break was. I could be completely wrong in my assumption of one of those 2 places. I'm still gonna stick with the coins vote, and I'm gonna stick with the swell in, but it could very well be the last minute and a half or so where we had that tremendous slowdown in tempo and go to a very straight ahead 4/4 feel. That could have been it too. Or then again, maybe it was somewhere else. I don't know. I honestly don't know. And that's part of the mind blow is it's not obvious. It's so smooth that it really does feel like one song. And I absolutely see why people were saying you gotta listen to them together. Because I'm gonna be honest with you folks, if I had not listened to you guys and I had said, you know what, I'm just going to do Parabola or I'm just going to do Parabol, well, guess what? I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much. I think I would have been left with more questions and more anxiety and more frustration than I would have enjoyment. So I'm really glad I listened to you guys. I do, believe it or not, I do listen to you guys. And when you guys speak in unison and you say you need to do this together, well, I'll listen, and I'm so glad I did listen to you guys. So thank you all of you that suggest I do both. No, I thoroughly enjoyed this. Is this my favorite Tool song now? I'm not gonna lie, folks, I actually considered it. I actually thought about it, and I was like, this might be my new favorite. No, The Grudge is still my favorite. I'm sorry, I still consider The Grudge to be my favorite Tool song so far, but I am gonna say I'm gonna put this in my top 5 without question. I absolutely enjoyed this journey, and I am going to listen to this again, I promise you. But 9.2, I feel good with that score, and that is where we're gonna stay. So 9.2, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.